This Epic Disaster. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm fine.
Oh, wow. You know, when I bought these beers, because I bought 3 beers,
Mm-hmm.
2 cans of each. You can get a flight kind of a beer thing at Kroger.
Sure. Yeah.
Mix and match.
Mm-hmm.
So I bought some beers for us to taste.
Okay.
And this one that we're tasting, I did not realize the alcohol volume, 7.89.
Oh, nice.
I thought they were all just normal 5s.
We're kind of jumping right in.
Sorry.
If you don't know, this is This Epic Disaster. We do a live beer review at the show. We open up a beer we've never had.
Yep.
At the first of the show, we drink it throughout the show, and then at the end of the show, we'll tell you what we think.
This one is called Peach Dreamsicle.
Yeah, like I said a few minutes ago, I'm prepared for a letdown.
Okay.
I just don't think it's going to be as good
as it sounds.
Yeah. It can't be. It sounds like it's going to be magical. Now, first test is the sniff.
Okay, sniff it.
I'm right. It's not. There's no way. It smells like an IPA.
It's a peaches and cream IPA.
Yeah.
It's made by Terrapin Beer Company out of Athens, Georgia.
And I've had a couple of those that I'm not a fan of, and I'm not a fan of IPAs. Nothing against Terrapin, but I'm just, they might do IPAs well.
Yeah.
And to me, that's not a great thing. All right.
You missed. Okay, so it says here, real peaches and cream flavors intertwine in our Peach Dreamsicle IPA. Mm-hmm. Just a sip will have you chasing the local ice cream truck down memory lane.
All right, since I poured it in a glass, I will say I do smell the peaches.
In the glass.
I can smell the peach.
Okay. Do a taste.
Usually it's a little grapefruity, but I do smell some peach in there.
I'm pouring mine now.
You are. It's very golden.
It's pretty.
It's like peach color, maybe.
Almost.
Okay.
Excuse me.
All right. I'm gonna say it's the first taste a little better than I expected. So we'll see. We'll see how.
Definitely an IPA.
Yeah, we'll see how it goes.
But it's not like an overly hopped IPA.
So far, not.
We might get a little hopped out by the middle of the beer, but we'll let you know at the end what we think.
How was your week? What's going on?
Week was okay. Didn't do a whole lot, to be honest with you.
Okay.
I had great plans for this past weekend, and I didn't succeed.
Oh.
Well, no, I felt like I was fighting something off. Like I felt like I had a fever, but I didn't. Mm-hmm. And I felt like my achy, my body was achy and my skin hurt. Like when you do have a fever, you know how your skin feels like you got sunburnt or something?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I had those, but no fever.
Okay.
So I just took it easy and watched movies all weekend.
That's a good thing.
Yeah. I watched some old movies that I loved.
I have a question for you about some movie. We'll talk about that in a few minutes.
What did you do? What's your week like?
It's weird. I have regular daily hours in the gallery now.
Yeah, you have a job, like a job with a time.
I've had a job for years,
but
I've worked from home,
right?
So I can change my schedule and do it. Now I have to actually
be there
at certain time periods. Yep. I have to be at the art gallery,
present. Yes,
and that's very different. Mm-hmm. So, first week gallery was open. Not tons of people, but maybe more than what I expected.
Yeah.
So that was kind of cool. And then this past week, way less than I expected.
Interesting.
So, but that's the thing, starting a new business, especially a gallery, and people don't know it's there. I mean, it's going to take a while before, the word starts getting out.
And you got to do some advertising. You got to get some ads out in papers and things.
But it did give me, I started my first painting that since I've been in my new studio. So I've got a new painting going.
Nice.
And I am going to work on that. So here's what happened. This is weird. So I'm getting ready to do this painting, and I open up so I'm using kind of like a jar of paint. So I open up the jar of paint, and there's on the top, it's molded.
Ew.
The paint has molded.
That's
I don't
so
know
weird.
why, but it has mold on the top, and it smells
disgusting.
horrible. It's really, really bad.
So something got in there.
I think there might have been some moisture in it, water, and maybe it wasn't closed tight. I don't know. I don't know what would cause it, but anyway, it's really bad. So I needed that color, so I just scraped the mold off of it and threw it away. And then I went ahead and painted with that color and put it all over the paint. So the paint that was left in there still smelled awful.
So now your painting smells awful.
Not just my painting, the entire gallery smells like
moldy paint.
Moldy paint right now. And it has for, let's see, this happened, I would say maybe a week ago. So
and you wonder why you have fewer visitors.
Well, they would know.
Somebody went in there and told everybody, "Don't go in there. It stinks."
It's been bad. So I was in there today. I can detect that it's starting to kind of fade a little bit.
But you burn like incense and oils and things.
And I've been doing it more to get rid of that smell. But anyway, so I don't know. I think it just, after a while being in the open, it'll go out. But anyway, that was pretty bad. But I've, I have several other paint that came from that same time period. It's the same type of paint. I open all that. None of that smells. So
they were just sealed better, maybe.
Something happened to that.
That one.
Yeah.
Maybe you dropped a chicken wing in it or something.
Could be. I don't know.
Yeah. So I have a question. You were talking that you now have hours. You have specific hours that the gallery is open.
That's true.
So somebody has to be there to man it, and right now it's you. What you're there from like noon to 8.
Noon to 7.
Noon to 7. What do you do for lunch? Do you take a break? Do you leave? Do you bring a lunch?
No, I most of the time don't have lunch. If I get hungry, I will run home real quick, 5 minutes away. But I'm also right next to a couple of convenience stores. I can run over there and grab something really quick.
I wonder if you should start taking like meal prepped meals so that you're not eating convenience store foods.
I don't have to be there till 12 noon, so I try to eat something right before I go.
Okay.
And then when I get home, it hasn't been a problem so far.
Good. And you can always have, like you said, snacks there.
Well, at some point, I will set up a microwave and a refrigerator so I can just...
Coffee maker.
Have my stuff there.
You can just drink all the coffee you want.
Yeah.
So you want to play a game before we get into your movies?
Would I rather play a game? Sure, why not?
You've got the game right there.
Would you rather?
So,
am I dropping first or are you dropping
You're going to drop. I'm going to explain.
All right.
So most people know that we play this game. It's a would you rather game. We have 5 colored stones. Each card has a question correlating to that color, and they have different meanings. Like one could be pain and discomfort. One could be just random. One could be, food stuff. So whatever color he drops, I ask the question, and I'm drawing from the right side of the box.
So I dropped red, which was what I was going to guess.
Right, sure.
But I thought I'm not going to guess that because I'm always dragging
Rick
it
thinks he's psychic. Let's all tell him he's not.
It would have been cool if I did, though.
It would be fun. Okay, so red, of course, does stand for pain, fear, and discomfort. And your question is, would you rather have your foot fall dead asleep every time you sit down?
That's kind of happened.
I know. It's happened to me. Or get a painful foot cramp every time you have sex. A cramp that often, and it goes on, a cramp that often has negative effects on your performance.
I feel like somebody's been watching me.
You get both, don't you?
Boy, sex cramps, that's the worst.
Oh, man. Tell me about it.
Yeah.
When you get a cramp in your thigh and you're like spread eagle.
Anything. Well, okay, so you don't have to be overly specific.
But that's the worst, right?
I've not been in that position, I've got to say. I don't know.
All right. So
anyway, I'm going to go with foot falling asleep.
Like dead asleep.
Well, yeah, I mean, there's no pain there. Weird feeling, no pain, but cramps, you have pain. So I would rather, choosing between the two, I would rather go with no pain than pain.
But you know what it feels like when you wake up and you can touch your hand, but you can't actually feel your hand.
I understand that, but neither choice is something you want. But I'm just saying,
Also true.
I will take the no pain over the pain.
Okay.
And also, I'd rather have as fewer sexual distractions as possible.
You got to concentrate.
Yeah.
Okay, where did the other stone go? I don't see. Oh, that's right there in front of me.
Right in front of you.
Because I took my glasses off. That's what happened. Okay. So it's my turn. I'm going to drop a green stone. It's yellow.
All right. Yellow is random. Would you rather send away for a mail order spouse from a catalog?
Ooh.
So you're resorting to that now.
Does it show their income?
Not yet.
Oh.
Or have your parents arrange your marriage to someone
God, no.
they've picked out but you've never seen.
I'm doing the catalog all day long.
Well, you've never seen that person either. They could be a killer. You don't know.
They could be.
You could be.
But the person that might and be honest with you,
wouldn't. I mean, they probably wouldn't pick a killer.
My mom might.
Not on purpose. Know. Surely not. I don't know.
Surely not. Don't call me Shirley.
So there was a time in my life when I really thought that I might do that. I might look
a mail order.
Yeah. Sort of. Well, I was looking for like pen pals and things like that.
Yeah.
And then I found these little sites that you could get brides and stuff.
Yep.
And I would look and I'd be like, interesting. But I can't imagine. So I feel like anybody who would just go to another country, not knowing the person. I know there's a little bit of introductory stuff.
Yep.
And back then, when I was, at least looking at all of this stuff, there was no internet, there was no email.
Right,
you had to do it completely
either
through
on the
letters,
phone or letters,
mails. Yeah.
Yeah.
I just feel like if someone would just pack up and go live with a stranger on the other side of the world, something's wrong with them.
Not really.
They're not going to be a steady, stable type of person. I would question that type of person.
So I know 2 people who have actually met someone overseas and brought them back here.
Okay.
Through a dating service like that.
But
And now this is recent, so this is in this day and age where you have internet and everything.
I think, let's say you're together 10 years.
Yeah.
You're going to find out that person's been doing your neighbor.
You are always waiting for the other shoe to drop. You have that ability.
I just don't. How can you count on faithfulness to someone you don't even know? And why would that person give you faithfulness when they don't even know you?
Okay, so here's I'll sum up the 2 situations. And I'm not using names here. In one situation, this person met this woman from I believe it was Vietnam.
Okay.
And he met her online through one of those services. He traveled over there to spend time with her and her children. She has 2 children.
Yeah, he met her first.
Yeah, he went over there. He spent time with her. They went sightseeing.
You are describing to me an ID channel show that I have seen. Except this one happened, I believe, in Brazil.
Well, he went over there 3 times to visit, not only with her and her children, but with her parents.
That one couldn't do 3 times because he was dead before the second one.
Well, he did
eventually
bring her and her children over, and he is now supporting them, and they're married, and it's working out. And she absolutely adores him.
Yeah.
We'll see how that turns out. Actually, I won't, because I don't talk to that person anymore. Maybe he's dead by now. I don't know. The second one, a gentleman that I know met a woman from Thailand, and what they were dating, and what he started doing was taking 3 months in the summertime, and he would go to Thailand for 3 months of summer. And whilst he was there, he would still continue working remotely. He's in the technology field, and he has that ability.
Okay, but you're describing to me people who met them.
Yes.
They met before they married and all that. So I'm just talking about you pick somebody out of a catalog.
And they come over.
And maybe you spend a little bit of time, but they're here.
So like that stupid show 90 Day Fiancé or whatever.
Yeah, I don't get that.
I don't watch any of those. I think they're stupid. But yeah, I understand what you're saying. And this is kind of a newer version of what that was.
And I have dated women from other countries before. And no matter how much you get along, there is a problem a lot of times with communication or just society differences,
Sure,
or just life differences. So,
but that's the point of spending time in their country. You get to learn those traits.
yeah,
And
I'm not saying it couldn't work.
Right.
I'm just saying the chances probably aren't as good as people might think. I don't know. I'd like to know maybe what percentage people who meet mail order spouses what kind of success rate that those have.
Mm-hmm. On the second situation that I told you about, and this is speculation on my part, but she did end up coming over.
Mm-hmm.
They do not live together. She's back in school.
Yeah.
They still date.
Mm-hmm.
But she's on her own and she's going to school.
Well, in a sense, most internet dating is kind of mail order. I mean,
It is.
I met you
Yeah.
through that way.
And I showed up sight unseen.
Totally. You didn't know me, and I didn't know you. I met my wife kind of the same way through internet. I've met dates. So it's sort of the same way. I think you and I, of all the people that I met and dated over the years, you and I probably were the most different.
Yeah, I agree. And same for me.
As far as like background. I mean, even like regional, you were like, my wife was 2 hours away.
Yeah.
So that, I don't know.
I was more like 30
Yeah.
by plane.
30
Hours
30
away.
Oh. Yeah.
I mean, maybe not that much. That's an exaggeration. But
No,
it would
I
take you 2 weeks to drive there, that's for sure.
Totally.
I'm talking about Alaska. If you're just listening, I came down from Alaska to be with Rick, who was living in Chattanooga at the time, and this was years ago. And I packed up and moved without ever having met you in person.
But we also, I feel like, anyway, the first couple years, it was like really good. We didn't have any problems or anything like that. But I think it was because we were both in good places. We both worked on it. And then there was a time where it's just things happen and you start kind of
Growing
drifting
apart.
away.
Yeah. But thankfully, our friendship, I think, has become better.
Yeah.
Way better.
But that's the thing with someone from an international, like, a lot of them do speak English, but so I dated two, and throughout my life, I've dated two women from Japan. One, Okinawa, who spoke really, really good English, and one from mainland Japan that did not speak. She spoke English, and it was okay. She could get along quite well.
Right.
But it wasn't great. And
So she wasn't fluent, but she was conversational.
Yeah, we had some difficulty in communicating.
Sure.
Several times.
Sometimes when there's a language barrier, it's difficult to express emotions properly,
Right.
accurately. You can't, if you don't know the words for what your words for what you're feeling,
Right.
but it's hard to use words that you don't know that would accurately, tell you what I'm feeling.
Right. But people have done it. It can work. It can work. I feel like, I don't know. If it works, great. I think it's just something that it would just be a huge chance,
People meet in so many different ways now, though, with the internet, like
Yeah.
you were talking about, with the, you can meet anybody anywhere. You can just jump on FaceTime with somebody who happens to be on just go talk to somebody.
We did talk about this one time before, but I have a friend from Philippines, and we've been friends for years and years. And there was a time when we were both single.
Yep.
And we discussed if there would ever be a possibility that we could date.
Wasn't she much younger than you, though?
Not that much.
Oh, she's not?
No.
Okay.
I think she's older than you.
Oh, okay.
Or maybe your age. I can't remember now.
Somewhere in there.
Yeah, I think she's about your age. But anyway, but we talked about it, and so, but my concern was, I feel like personality-wise, it would have clicked. Plus, I've known her for probably close to 20 years now.
Yeah.
But my concern was just culturally. So she lives in on a tropical island.
She's not in like mainland Manila.
No, she's like and she's tropical island, and and she lives basically on the beach.
Yeah.
She just wears bikini all the time. That's
right.
It's just Philippines. It's like hot.
Yeah, hot.
And then she would be moving here, or I would be moving there.
Right.
I could not survive there.
No, you could not.
And I don't think she could survive here. And I just feel like that would be like the biggest issue. And then, so you know, that romantic kind of thing can only go so long.
Agreed.
And after a while, somebody's like, oh, I want to go home. And then it's over.
Yeah. And that can happen. And that's a risk you take. You know, obviously, I haven't taken a risk in a long time. I've taken a couple of risks, and they went awry, shall we say?
Yeah.
But yeah, you know, it is what it is. If you're up for that, go for it. Try it out.
Yeah.
If you're not,
don't do it.
Just don't.
Don't do it. Don't do it.
Speaking of my age, do you know what Friday is?
Do I know what Friday is?
Yeah.
No. What's Friday?
July the 30th.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Do you know what July the 30th is?
The day before the 31st.
And the day after the 29th.
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
It's also my freaking birthday.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
I will be, and I'm not afraid to say it, and I think I'm right. I have to do the math. I will be 47 years old.
No, that's not true.
Yes, it is.
I thought you're 47 now.
Am I? No, I'm 46 now.
Okay.
Born in 74.
Okay.
So
12 years younger than me.
yes. But your birthday is in April.
Yeah, mine's long gone.
Yeah.
I'll never have another.
Yes, you will. I will be 47. You'll never have another birthday to turn this age.
So 47, yeah, that's a big one, really. I mean, physically.
Do you know what 47 means for me?
Means what?
Well, according to my doctor, it means cutting out some salt.
Yeah.
It means cutting out some alcohol.
Yes.
It means cutting out processed foods, which is also salt.
But that's what I was going to say. The sevens in there. So 37
is when you can't eat a whole pizza anymore.
37 was when I first started noticing like middle-aged
Heartburn.
changes.
Yes.
It was slight and subtle, but it's like the first time I'd look into a mirror and I'd be like, oh, okay, I'm not a kid anymore.
Right.
It was like 37 is like I first started feeling just tiny, tiny little bits of things that made me feel like I was moving into another era in my life.
Yeah.
And it wasn't like a big deal, but I just knew I wasn't a youngster anymore.
Exactly.
So
I still feel like one though.
Oh yeah,
but you look in the mirror and you're like, oh no.
Yeah, no.
No.
Oh, that gets worse.
Yeah.
So 47 was really that age when it was just like, now you're middle age.
Yep.
You got to accept it. And a lot of things that you like your eyesight, I think that's when my eyesight really started changing.
Mine is changing.
Yeah. It's when you things happen to you that you go, oh, that's why my parents did that.
Yep.
That's why I could just remember my dad one time asking me to read something. I was like, what? You can't read that? And, you know, it just didn't. My dad was like Superman. It's like, why can't you read? Or he would ask me to turn a screwdriver, and I was like, you're the strongest man in the world. And
right. You're my dad.
I don't understand. But you do understand
when you get there.
When you get 47.
Yep.
And then 57, forget it. It's pretty much done. 57.
I bought myself a birthday present.
Oh yeah?
And I think it was delivered today whilst I was here.
Okay.
You want to know what it was?
Sure.
I bought myself some reading glasses with lights on the corners.
Oh yeah. Yeah, see, now that's what happens in the 50s. So in the 40s, the 40s I needed glasses, and I could, if I didn't have my glasses, I could still kind of read a little bit.
Yeah.
But the 50s, it was like you cannot read at all if you don't have your glasses. Forget it.
Yeah, I'm getting there.
But the light thing is when I discovered in the 50s. It's just like, if I don't have a strong light source, and that's the whole Abraham Lincoln thing. You remember they talked about, you know, he read by candlelight in his cabin, and then it ruined his eyesight. It's like, no, he just got old.
He just got old.
It happens to everyone.
So I'm trying to read the back of a processed package that I'm about to throw in the microwave, you know, to find out how long to throw it in the microwave. And I turn the surface light on my stove, and I stick it under there, and I'm like, I can't fucking read that. Where the hell are my glasses?
It says, don't eat this, oldie.
Exactly. And I literally, it's just a blur of dots.
Yeah.
There's no words. There's no, and I only use a 1.5 reader right now. I was thinking about going up on that, and I need to make an appointment, like a real appointment with my eye doctor. I haven't done that yet this year. And my doctor, my primary care physician, said, hold off, because I do have some blood pressure issues. And she said, if we can get your blood pressure normalized, you may find that your eyesight isn't as bad as you think it is, because your blood pressure can make your eyesight blurry.
Sure, that's true.
So she said, let's just try and hold off that eye appointment until we do this. So I'm going to give it another month.
Okay.
And then if I still can't see this, because, I have that huge scar on my cornea from a couple years ago dancing.
That dancing injury?
I dance with my eyes. Yeah. So I'm like, it's still a problem, but, she said, just hold off. So I'm going to give it another month, and then I'm going to go to the eye doctor, and he's going to say, you're just old. He's going to give me glasses, like actual glasses. And here we go.
I can remember the first time, I can still, just like it was yesterday, I can remember the time when I discovered I needed glasses. I had not ever had glasses before. Didn't know I needed them. So I'm in bed with a woman. Yeah!
Woo!
Yeah!
Woo!
I will tell that anytime.
I've been in bed with a woman.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I needed to take some Advil, I think. And I was looking for the dose, and I just turned it over and looked on the back. I could not read it.
It's just a pile of dots.
It flipped me out.
Yep.
That had never happened before.
Yeah.
And I was like, what is going on? Am I going blind?
I can't see.
And that's when I realized I needed glasses. So I would have been, I would say very, very early 40s, maybe 40, 41, 42.
I started wearing readers about 2 years ago, so I would have been 45-ish.
Yeah.
When I started. So yeah, about the same time.
Okay.
Old people. Woo!
Speaking of being in bed with a woman, I wanted to talk to you about a dream.
Oh, all right.
A dream evening. So I'm going through this cycle of dreams. You know how you go through kind of cycles, and I'm going through a cycle of dream that I'm remembering my dreams when I wake up.
Yeah.
Sometimes you like, it's been a long time since I remember my dreams, and now for whatever reason I'm remembering them. There's got to be a reason.
I know what the reason is.
What is it?
The reason is that, and I'm going to bring up your dog, Buddha. The reason is that when you're awoken by something, your brain goes, what's that? And then your dream goes away. When you wake up naturally, your brain remembers the dream.
That might be the case, but it's just happened recently, and he's been gone for a little while, so I don't know.
Maybe.
It could be that, who knows. But I've just... Throughout my life, I've just noticed it kind of goes in waves. I'll remember, and then I won't. So, a couple nights ago, I woke up, and I could count four different dreams I had. Every single one of them involved a gun.
What?
My dreams need gun control.
Yeah.
But I was just like, what the heck? Why am I dreaming about guns? And it wasn't like I had a dream about a gun that night. All four, when I say all four, I don't know how many total I dreamed.
Sure.
But 4 different dreams I can remember had to do with a gun, handgun.
All in one night?
Yep.
I wonder if it was kind of just the same dream.
No, it was different.
Really?
Each one was different. Right now, I can't remember any of it.
Except the gun.
I remember the gun. And at the time, I could really, really remember... I mean, I told my wife the story of what happened on one of them, the last one that I dreamed. I can't remember what it is now. But I don't think that's ever happened where I've had that many dreams about that centered around the exact same thing.
Yeah.
And I've been dreaming a lot about guns. It's kind of becoming a recurring thing in my life, but never that many all at once. So
are you watching too much ID channel?
Well, that stays on my house, but it's not all guns, and
that's true too.
I don't think I don't think that happened that quick or that much.
For a while there, I was having a lot of dreams about snakes.
Okay.
And I think we discussed a couple of them here on the podcast a while back.
Yeah.
So maybe it does have a meaning. You might want to look into what it is. I know that
guns. It's a long time since I've looked at interpretation, but I got to figure out what guns mean.
Yeah. I'm interested too. Maybe it's a safety thing. Maybe you're feeling.
Well, now I have been pondering getting a gun. We were going to talk on the show, remember? And I didn't even go into it. And I do need to go into that in the show, that I was thinking about buying a gun. But I don't think there's any kind of correlation with that. I think it's something completely different.
Yeah.
Because I haven't really been going out looking for guns or anything like that. And when I dreamed had all these gun dreams, I wasn't considering the gun at all. I hadn't even been thinking about it.
So in the dreams, was the gun yours?
At different times, I remember, and again, I've sort of forgotten a lot of it, but I remember the last one. I want to say I don't know if I stole it, but it was like in a glove compartment of somebody else's, and I remember getting it. So I don't remember. Sometimes it probably is mine. Other times
Sometimes
not.
maybe not. Sometimes it's pointed at you.
Yeah. A lot of times it's that.
Interesting. Yeah, look into that. I'm curious to know what that means, what guns stand for in dreams, and whether or not it's yours or somebody else's, what that means.
Well, my other recurring dream was tornadoes, and one of my friends who also interprets dreams told me that represents upheaval in your life.
Yes.
A lack of control.
Yes.
Something coming into your life and basically throwing all your crap around.
Yes.
And I was like, oh, wow, I never thought about that.
Makes perfect sense.
Total perfect sense. And I kind of feel like maybe the gun is the same thing in that it's lack of control. Somebody has a gun on you. Gun, in some ways, gun represents control. Whoever's holding the gun has the control.
Yeah.
So, you need to get that control. You need to get that gun. Or someone else has that gun. They have the control. Mm-hmm. That could be it. I don't know.
It could very well be. Now that you've started a new business, you're a little upheaval in your life. You've got a different schedule. That there's some uncertainty. Will you succeed? Will you fail? You've got some things going on in your brain right now that might feel out of your control.
Maybe. I don't know. I don't feel that.
Yeah.
But, down in your subconscious, who knows?
I've been having a lot of anxiety about sinkholes.
Yeah.
Like a sinkhole opening up under my house.
Yeah, I've seen those stories. I mean, especially now with that building collapsing in Florida.
Or that car that was parked and the sinkhole just opened and it just went into what if somebody was sitting in that car?
Well, I did in this, and it was also in Florida, a guy who was in his bed in his bedroom and the sinkhole, and it took him. He's gone.
Yeah.
But, I can't imagine being in your house making dinner and then the whole house fall down.
Earth just opens up and swallows you.
Yeah, or your building fall down on top of your head.
In Florida.
Yeah, that's what happened. We go around thinking that we have some type of security in life.
Or control.
We got nothing.
No.
We got nothing.
Nothing.
It's an illusion, and at any point, a plane can crash into your house can crumble, a sinkhole could open up, a car could drive through your house, someone could burst into your house and shoot you, rob you.
Someone could light your house on fire.
And that's the fact of life.
Yeah.
And if you made it to 60 years old, if you made it to 47 or 37, you're lucky.
You're doing
There's
good.
a lot of people that didn't make it that long.
Exactly.
And, I remember that point where I was just like, wow, I outlived Jesus. And then, wow, I outlived Elvis. And, you just think of the people who went before you. And when I look back, I think Elvis was 42. And I just go, God, that's a kid.
He's a kid.
He died so young.
Yeah.
And who was it? Belushi was 33. Jesus was 33. That's so young.
And so many musicians that died at 27.
Yeah.
And then you've got River Phoenix.
Yep.
How old was he?
I don't know.
Young.
Really young. Sure.
Yeah. It's just sad.
Yeah. They don't even they never started their life.
Exactly. They were just starting their life.
I think anytime, I don't know anybody, even if you're in your 90s, that you go, all right, I'm ready to grow away.
I mean, some people might, but
I think I'd like to live a little bit longer, please.
Please. I kind of enjoy this. I mean, unless you're in like severe pain and you have a terminal illness or something.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. At any age, anything can happen. So, when I was little, I was convinced I was going to die at 32, but I was also convinced I was going to be a long haul truck driver.
Uh-oh.
So, I mean, that was my goal when I was 7. So, anything can happen. I do have a quick story I want to mention to you. It goes back to something that, to change the subject completely, that we spoke about trans men being able to post photos after having the top surgery done. But if they had posted that very same photo prior to the top surgery, they'd be banned. They'd be censored in some way.
Their nipples are evil.
Nipples are evil. Yeah.
The female nipples are evil.
Right. Not the male nipples.
Right.
But I read a story yesterday or today about, was it the Norwegian handball team.
Okay.
They wore like spandexy bike shorts with their tops, which are like midriff style, almost looking like sports bra things.
Okay.
And they played and they made it, like they got the bronze, right?
All right.
But they were also each fined $150 for uniform discrepancy or uniform. They weren't wearing the proper uniform. You know what proper uniform is?
What?
Bikini bottoms.
Dudes?
Women.
The women needed bikini. Bikini.
That's the uniform in this sport. Bikini bottoms, because it's on the beach.
Okay.
So it's like beach handball.
Okay. So I used to watch beach volleyball. And I watched it to see ass.
Yeah.
I'm not going to lie.
But
the athletic bodies of those women were incredible. They were sexy, but they were incredible, and they were great athletes. But the dudes didn't have to have the same type of sexiness.
Exactly.
The dudes could play with whatever, kind of like whatever they wanted. They didn't have to have. I mean, some of them wore Speedos.
Sure.
Yeah.
So this is the part that I absolutely love, is the like Norwegian Handball Association or whoever like oversees the team was like, we are so proud of our ladies. We are so proud that they wore something that they're comfortable playing in.
Yeah.
We're paying their fines.
Yeah.
They're paying their fines. They're like, you need to wake up.
Those kind of things they're changing, and it's going to change.
Yep. And I was so happy to read. That's such an uplifting story. It's like, you can fine us all you want, but we got back. We're being backed by a company or like an organization that supports us and wants the sport to move forward as a sport, not as a sexual expedition. Do you know what I mean?
Oh, I totally know. I'm very well aware. I sometimes I feel guilty, and I shouldn't, because you can admire the toned body of an athlete of any sex, really. You don't have to like seethe with lust, but you can admire the toned body and still appreciate their athletic ability and what they can do and why they are at the Olympics.
Right.
But yeah, I think sometimes maybe I took the dude train and I did a little too much. I have to.
Well, I mean, I did too. I like a good lady butt. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah. But at the same time, I can admire that same ass in some bike shorts too.
Yeah.
And if you're more comfortable in bike shorts than a bikini bottom, good for you. Wear your bike shorts. That's all I gotta say.
Well, no one would lust after me, so.
Even in bike shorts?
No, not even in bike shorts. Especially
not in bike shorts. But you'd be so cute.
Let's talk quickly about days. We're running out of time here.
I'm sorry. We're babbling a little bit.
Podcast of ours.
So I do have some national days of the week. We'll go through them fairly quickly.
All right.
Monday is the 26th, and that is National Coffee Milkshake Day.
Oh, those are great.
When's the last? The Boozy Shakes have a coffee one.
So you can't get coffee milkshakes that are Boozy Shakes, sure.
So good. It's also National Bagel Fest Day.
Oh, I love bagels as well.
So get you a bagel and a coffee milkshake.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Goldberg's. Sure.
And then go have a really long nap.
Yeah. When is National Nap Day?
Yeah. Same day, probably. The Tuesday, the 27th is, you're going to like this, National Scotch Day.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
So that's weird. I was just telling my wife yesterday, I was talking to her about the very first time I ever had scotch. I was in the house alone. No one was there. I was married at the time, but everybody was gone.
Yeah.
And I don't remember, I was watching a movie or something. They were talking about scotch, and it just hit me. I was like, I've never had scotch before.
I'd like to taste it.
And I was like, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go get some scotch, and I'm going to taste it. And so I went to the liquor store. I found some Singleton single malt scotch. And
your favorite.
Everybody always says, don't start out with the single malt.
Right.
Start out with the blend and work your way up, because single malt, it's an acquired taste.
You either love it or hate it.
It was totally opposite for me. So the first time I ever put any in my mouth, I was like, this is my drink. It tasted so wonderful. And I've never liked blended Scotch. I can't drink it really. I don't think it's good.
I think that's still your favorite brand, but let me ask you this.
It isn't. No,
it's not.
But I do like it.
Uh-huh.
It's a little bit burny. It's a little peppery. It's a little bit on the alcohol-y side.
Is it like a turpentine?
Kind of a little bit. Still good. I like it.
Yeah.
Highland Park was my favorite.
Uh-huh.
And then they kind of screwed up their scotches. I don't know what they're doing. They've got a scotch called Magnus, I think, or something, which is okay. It's good. But their other scotch, I can't find it anywhere. I don't know what they've done to it. But
so
anyway.
Do you prefer the more nutty or the more peaty?
No, I don't like the peat much at all. I do like the nut, the oaky. So the first one that I had that kind of almost like sherry wine taste, and I love that.
Yeah.
So that oaky kind of nutty taste, I was like, this is my drink right here.
That's awesome.
I'm having this.
That's awesome. I like a good scotch too. I don't buy it much because the kind I like is expensive.
And you drink it all in one sitting.
I do. My favorite is the Macallan 18 in the red box.
That's real expensive.
Which is like $150 a bottle. So that's maybe my birthday present to me. I don't know. We'll see. But doctor says I have to cut back on alcohol, so...
Doctor's no fun.
No fun. Wednesday, the 28th, is National Water Park Day. When's the last time you went to a water park?
Never.
Never.
I'm not a water park person.
You don't want to be seen in less clothes.
There's a water park. I can't remember where it is. I want to say it's up in Tennessee, and they keep having problems with diarrhea. People having diarrhea in the water park pool.
Yeah.
And they can't stop it. I don't know who keeps visiting there or why they do. But just talking about that makes me never want to go to a water park.
There's a water park right next to Six Flags. You can drive there in 15 minutes.
No.
All right. I kind of agree with you. I'm not into soaking in everybody else's body juices.
Yeah, I don't need that. Now, when you're a kid, pools and stuff is fun, but not anymore.
No,
not to me.
I don't even like getting in a hot tub with people I don't know.
I can't get in the shower with myself.
We've had that discussion.
I mean.
Okay, so this is fun. Thursday, the 29th, is it's several days, but I picked these two.
Yeah.
It's National Lasagna Day.
Oh, man, that's good.
It's also National Chili Dog Day.
Oh, wow. Those are two of my favorites.
What if you made a chili dog lasagna?
Oh, that might happen.
Wow, right?
You'd be up for all night. You would not be able to go to sleep.
But doesn't that sound good?
It does. I saw an advertisement for taco mac and cheese today.
Yeah.
And it had like beans and I don't know, it looked like it had chili dog in it, but that'd be good. Yeah. Yeah, or like hot dog topped with lasagna. Yeah, there's so much that could be done.
So many things. So many things we shouldn't be eating. So the 30th, which is my birthday is also National Cheesecake Day, which is one of my favorite things. Yes.
Favorite cheesecake?
Oh, surprisingly, favorite cheesecake is just a plain New York style cheesecake with cherry topping.
New York cheesecake.
Yep,
sure.
love that. Second favorite, and I've only had it once. I was just starting dating this guy, and I had Thanksgiving at their house. I didn't have any family around. And I went to their house for Thanksgiving, and we were very young. We were in high school. And one of his aunts made a swirl pumpkin pie cheesecake.
Yeah, that's my favorite. Pumpkin cheesecake is my favorite.
Gosh.
My second favorite might be key lime cheesecake.
I'm all over a key lime cheesecake.
And then I kind of feel like a Reese's peanut butter cheesecake would be really good.
Have you ever had a bad cheesecake?
Don't think so.
Okay. Cheesecake is like sex. Like, even if it's not great, it's still sex.
Yeah.
So cheesecake is like that to me.
Okay.
You know?
Stay away from my cheesecake.
I'm not having sex with your cheesecake.
Don't be soiling my cheesecake anytime soon. I would prefer you not.
I won't touch your cheesecake. Okay, so what is this? This is going to be Saturday, the 31st. National Avocado Day.
Not for me.
You don't like avocados very much.
It's not my favorite. It just tastes like whipped grass.
I will take.
It's like grass pudding. Avocado is just grass pudding.
But it's got so many good fats, like
I
good
know.
fats for you.
It's good for you. It's healthy.
Mm-hmm.
I eat it. My wife loves.
Yes.
And
Almost
so-
as much as I do.
Yeah, she will put it on things and make guac and all that. I'll eat it because it's there, but it isn't my favorite.
I will actually take avocado sliced in half and just take a spoon.
Yeah.
Just throw a little
She'll do
salt and
that.
pepper on it. Just eat
No.
half avocado.
That's grass pudding. That's all that is.
It's so good. So it's also National Mutt Day.
Okay.
We have 3 of them downstairs.
We do.
Because none of our dogs are purebred.
Keely is.
Keely is.
She's pure. They said.
Yeah.
She's purebred Aussie,
Aussie. Yeah.
but she acts like a mutt.
And then I've got my Toffee, who is a mixture of stuff and things.
Lewis's stuff.
Yep.
And I'm kind of a mutt too, I think.
I am too.
European mutt.
I'm a European mutt myself. Unfortunately, I don't have any fun stuff except Irish.
And then
Extremely Irish.
Sunday
is National Friendship Day, which is
Aw.
it's not necessarily August 1st that's National Friendship Day. It's the first Sunday in August.
Okay.
And that is a Sunday. It's first Sunday. So it's National Friendship Day. It's also National Raspberry Cream Pie Day.
Man, all these desserts.
And it's International Mahjong Day.
I've never played that.
So here's what I suggest. I suggest we get together on Sunday,
No.
make a raspberry cream pie,
No.
and sit down and play some mahjong.
I like one of those ideas.
Which part?
Well, okay, so maybe 2. We get together and have raspberry
Pie.
pie. Yeah,
And that's it?
that's it.
You don't want to play the game? You're not a gamer. You don't like games.
I'm
very
not, but I've
much.
never played that, which means the entire time is learning it. And I
Uh-huh.
don't care.
I don't want to learn a new
No,
game.
I don't want to learn things anymore. I'm too old to learn.
No, you're not. So those are the days of the week. If I gave you any inspiration, please, let us know. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. You can email us at thisepicdisaster@gmail.com and let us know if you've actually used any of these days, because I've been doing this for a while now, and I'm curious to know if people are like, oh, I'm totally making mac and cheese on National Mac and Cheese Day.
I think they do.
Or, oh, I'm totally getting a coffee milkshake on Coffee Milkshake Day.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever the case may be, let us know, because either that or I'm just kind of doing this for my fun,
Yeah.
for my self fun.
Okay.
But thank you for listening.
All right. I have a question for you.
What's that?
Now, this is a hard question. I'll be honest. I asked it of myself, and I had a hard. It was a challenge.
Questions?
It was a challenge to come up with the answer. So this is an answer I need from you.
Okay.
Your top 3 movies that no one else would know, or let me just say, people would be surprised that you really love. Your top 3 movies that everyone else would be surprised that you really love.
So it's not the top 3 movies that I love.
Nope.
It's the top 3 movies that other people
would be surprised.
Okay.
And obviously you have to kind of guess. You don't know what people
I don't know
would-
what would surprise people.
Right. So the ones you think, let's just say like the most uncharacteristic of you to like these movies.
And you only want 3.
Just 3, because we could go on, but I just say 3. Let's just say 3.
All right. I love the movie Jersey Girl
Okay.
with Ben Affleck and Jennifer Lopez.
I don't think I've seen it. I think I might have seen a scene or 2 of it.
For a while there, I was watching it all the time. I
wow.
haven't seen it in a while.
Okay.
Now that I've thought about it,
Okay.
I'm going to go home and watch it if I can find
Okay.
it. If I can find it. Hopefully somebody has it on their Plex, but I seriously doubt it, because that movie got horrible reviews.
Yeah, I kind of remember that.
People hated that movie almost as much as they hated the other movie that
So
Ben...
why do you like it?
It's just, it made me fall in love with Ben Affleck.
Ah.
That's the movie that did it for me.
You know what that movie has?
Huh?
Genergy.
It has Genergy.
It has Genergy.
That's so weird.
That's that new commercial she does. Anyway,
I don't watch TV.
it has Benergy.
It has Benefergy.
Yeah.
Okay, because they're back together now.
Jersey Girl.
Yes.
Yeah, I wonder how long that'll last. You think they'll get married? I don't know.
I'm not even going to speculate. Okay, so Jersey Girl. The other one is a movie that a lot of people don't know.
Okay.
And I'll be honest with you, the acting in this movie was not fabulous.
Oh, okay.
Which is weird because it's 2 amazing actors.
Okay.
It's called Dr. Megorium's Wonder Emporium.
Oh, I know that movie.
It's got Dustin Hoffman, and Natalie Portman. Dustin Hoffman.
I can do my Dustin Hoffman.
Let's not do the Dustin. Don't
really
do the
talk low.
Stop with the Dustin Hoffman.
Talk to your nose.
Your nose needs to be bigger.
I have a big nose if you're going to be talking. I don't know.
But, I have that. That's like, I just got rid of a bunch of DVDs.
Mm-hmm.
I kept that one.
Okay.
Because I can't find the movie anywhere else.
I think, again, I saw a little bit of that. I don't think I've seen the whole movie. I'll have to watch it.
It's so great.
One of my favorite actors, like Dustin Hoffman.
Yeah.
He's a little bit, that's so stupid to even say. I was going to say ego, but you have to have an ego to be an actor.
You have to. If you don't, you can't. You would never make it in the business.
Tootsie used to be one of my favorite movies. It was like my second favorite movie for a long, long time.
Yeah.
And then now when I watch it, and I just still like it. It's just so dated.
So dated. Some of the things that come out of their mouths.
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, I mean, just the music, the fashion, it's a movie that just says 80s, early 80s.
But that's what movies do.
Yeah.
I mean, if you can make a movie that won't date, like it won't age itself over time, it's normally like some out of the world movie or some like Lost on a Beach movie or something. It's something where you're not seeing any technology, you're not seeing any fashion.
Usually if it's set in the past, like
a period piece.
Yes.
Okay.
Because they don't age. They don't need to age.
Yeah, that's true too. But they're incorrect, all those period pieces, because those people back then didn't bathe.
Well, if you like Shawshank Redemption,
yeah, okay, yeah,
it's not ever going to change. It's and so it's kind of accurate. We could say that.
Yeah, like you could still see that happening. Mm-hmm. Okay, so the third one, I'm going to give you a twofer.
Oh,
because I couldn't pick which one.
All right.
I'm an Adam Sandler fan.
See, I don't know why.
And two of my favorite movies of his are Happy Gilmore and Billy Madison.
All right.
And people are going to at me about this, and I don't care. Like, I will laugh my ass off at those movies, and people look at me like, what the hell is wrong with you?
I don't really understand.
Well, Dustin doesn't.
Sandler.
Dustin doesn't understand.
I don't know. I liked him in Punch Drunk Love. I liked him in The Wedding Singer as much as I could like Adam Sandler.
Sure.
I don't know. I've heard him in interviews. The movie that he has out, and I can't remember the name of it, where he plays like a jeweler.
Yeah.
Kind of a newer movie that a lot of people thought he would get an Academy Award nomination for that.
Yeah.
And he didn't. I've been wanting to see that. It's actually available on maybe Netflix or something. So I do want to watch that. Because I heard he was good in it. So.
Did you like him on SNL?
No.
No.
Not at all.
That was an emphatic no.
When I started hating Adam Sandler when he was on Remote Control on MTV. I thought he was so dumb. And that just became his comedy as being dumb. Now, he's done some stuff like his Hanukkah song is brilliant. I can listen to that every year. I think it's hysterical. And I've heard him talk. He's he's really smart person.
Very smart.
He's a great business person.
And I hear that he's very personable and has several friends, like a large group. He's an extrovert. He's got a large group of friends.
Some of his friends say he's one of the nicest guys. I've heard other people who deal with him that say that he can be tough, but who can't? I mean,
it's Hollywood. Yeah.
So I don't know. I'm just not a fan of his style. I'm not a fan of that kind of dumb little what was the Longest Yard. I liked him in that. That was pretty good.
What about Waterboy?
No, I don't like when he's playing any of those characters.
Okay.
And so if I can separate those characters from him, then I might like Adam Sandler, but I just don't like those dumb little characters. And he's kind of stopped doing it, but he did a movie, and I can't think of the name of it. Don't mess with I can't think of the word, but he played a hairdresser. Might be the worst movie I've ever seen in my life. It was horrible. And there were so many people in that movie doing cameos, so many famous people. I was really surprised. And they should all be fired. None of them should have a career.
Ever again.
No, it was terrible.
So, okay, don't mess with the Zohan.
That's it.
That's it,
That's it.
And you hated it.
Look it up.
Okay,
Watch it.
okay.
I don't even need to tell you.
Okay.
It's horrible. It's just, you look at it and you go, how did this movie even get made?
Because he probably made it.
Oh, he did, but I'm just saying it doesn't make sense. And all the like, I think William H. Macy, one of the greatest actors of our time, was in it. So many people were in it. It's just like it just makes me question their judgment. And
so it was really probably just a reason to get all his friends together.
Probably, but it was just do a better movie.
Yeah,
you know, it was a horrible, horrible movie. I don't care.
Why would you ask your friends to be in that movie?
Experiment, do things, but just don't make just a terrible movie. You just watch it, give it a chance. It's terrible.
Now let me ask you this, because you said you liked Punch Drunk Love. So you like him in a more serious role?
No, that's what the ones he's done where he's not playing those
idiot characters.
Although Punch Drunk Love was a little bit of a character.
A little bit, yeah. What about Spanglish?
Okay, I did see that movie. I've kind of forgotten about it. But that was the first movie, if I'm not mistaken, that he was kind of a normal character, and that was okay. I liked him in that.
Yes, I did too.
Yeah.
I did too. I did like him in that movie. I thought it showed that he does have some range.
He does. He can do it.
He's not just.
That's what's frustrating. He can do it, but then he still turns out that crap. If he had put all those old characters and stupid things behind, but then he's like, no, I'm gonna make don't mess with the Zohan or whatever it is. No.
Because he's making money on the kids who used to like Adam Sandler.
Go for it.
They got money now.
I can't watch it.
He's like, I'm going to be that character and make some money.
Well, see, I don't like David Spade. I think Spade is a brilliant stand-up. I love his stand-up, but I can't stand his characters.
David Spade. Oh, long blonde hair.
Well, he's not long blonde hair now.
No,
but blonde hair.
Yeah. He was in that movie in The Office. What was that? Or that show in The Office. He was...
Yes.
Yes.
I like him okay on those kind of shows. He was really good on that show.
Yeah.
I can't think of what that show is right now. But that was a perfect show for him.
Yeah.
But I just don't like his same movie stuff. He did Joe Dirt.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Tommy Boy, I'm just not into his...
See, I like Tommy Boy.
I know. I'm just not into those characters that
Fat
he does.
Guy in a little coat.
That's
Chris Farley.
That was in Spade.
Yeah.
But I loved his stand-up. His stand-up was really... I think he was kind of underrated as a stand-up. And it was probably because he was so young. He did stand-up and immediately went to SNL and other things while he was so young. Mm-hmm. But I hated him on SNL. I thought he was awful.
Yeah. I mean, some people just don't do well.
I know you listen to the podcast
every week.
You care about our opinions
every week.
But here's what I find out is I follow a lot of different people on Instagram, and he's always I see pictures of him. He's always with these gorgeous, beautiful women.
Yes.
Who young enough to be his daughter, I guess.
Yes.
I don't know what he's doing, but
money. He's got money.
He hangs around them.
So, what are your three?
All right. So I picked three. I don't know what people would think.
So these are movies that people would be surprised
that I love.
That you love.
Yes.
Okay, let's hear them.
Number one, The Ten Commandments.
Really?
I will watch that movie almost every year. With Charlton Heston as Moses.
Yeah.
And it's like a 4-hour movie. I don't know. It goes
I think I've watched it with you once.
Really? It's been a while, but I will try. I used to try to watch it every
year.
I think they played it on Passover.
Yeah.
But I'm not a big fan of old movies, and it's over the top, and there's a lot of overacting, and it's just a subject matter that I'm not necessarily into. I think maybe at one point I was, but but I love that movie. I watch it.
Ten Commandments.
All right, so my second movie,
yeah,
you almost stole from me, but not really. My second movie is The Wedding Planner.
With Adam Sandler.
No, with J-Lo.
Oh, The Wedding Planner, not The Wedding Singer.
The Wedding Planner.
With J-Lo?
With J-Lo and Matthew McConaughey. And I had the same experience that you had. I hated Matthew McConaughey.
But you fell in love with J-Lo.
I loved him in that role. I thought it was such a good role for him.
Okay.
And and it was the first time he ever did anything that I liked him in.
Wow.
And then I just kind of... I don't know. I won't say I became a fan, but I sort of did. I really kind of liked...
Started gravitating towards some of his stuff.
And I thought they had really good chemistry. It's a goofy... So one of the things... I don't know if you know this about me. You might. So one of my... I was in a relationship, and the person that I was in used to watch violent movies, really violent movies all the time.
Yeah.
And I was like, why do you do that? Because she was she couldn't stand any kind of thought of any violence that happens to people. And I was like, why do you watch this? And she said, because it's so unreal, I could shut my brain off and I can watch it. And
it's a relaxation
It's
method.
the way she would relax. And that makes absolutely no sense to me.
It's escapism.
Yeah, but I just didn't get it. But I will say, that's the way for me, romantic comedies, rom-coms are the same thing.
Yep.
I could watch those nonstop.
When Harry Met Sally.
Love it.
Sleepless in Seattle.
Love it. Even though he doesn't meet her until the very end. Love it.
Love it. What about The Notebook? Did you like that one?
No. That wasn't
That's not a rom-com, really. That's more of a drama love
movie,
story.
I want to say Untamed Heart with Marissa Tomei and Christian Slater.
Yes.
And then Bed of Roses with Christian Slater and Mary Stuart Masterson.
Yes.
While You Were Sleeping with Sandra Bullock and Bill Pullman.
You'd probably love 2 Weeks Notice, too.
I didn't watch that.
You should. You'd love it. It's a Hugh Grant, Sandra Bullock.
Okay, but here's the thing. It has to be good.
Yeah.
So, like, I can't think of the name of the movie, but that movie with Hugh Grant and Drew Barrymore, where they song and lyrics, I think, of the name of that sucked.
Yeah, I don't think I ever saw that one, but I remember it.
Yeah, I hated that movie. I hated the movie where the couples. I got to see if I can remember the couples. Jack Black and Kate Winslet.
Oh, or it's like a holiday.
Jude Law.
The Holiday.
Who was the? It's not Gwyneth.
Uma Thurman.
Oh no! It was a blonde girl though.
Charlize. No. Cameron Diaz.
You are correct.
Yes.
And for the most part, I kind of like all of those. Some more than others, but I hated everybody in that movie. I hated the entire movie.
That movie was horrific.
It was terrible.
It was awful.
They switch houses, and then when they do, they end up, I think, switching partners. And it's crazy.
It's a swapping movie.
So stupid.
Yeah.
So the rom-com has to be good, but I'm kind of a rom-com person. But Wedding Planner, just a mindless romantic comedy, but it's a good one.
That's cute.
I like it.
That's cute.
I still like it. I will still watch it. I think it's one of my faves.
What's your third?
My third. What was my third? I wrote it down.
You wrote it down.
I gotta look it up.
Not on the paper in front of you. You didn't.
I left my phone downstairs.
Uh-oh.
What was it? I
Don't
had it in
know.
my head.
It went away.
I had it in my head.
It was a fleeting moment.
Oh, wait. I almost said it. Just hold on. It's gonna pop out. Oh, I got it.
It's gonna pop out like it's stuck in your head.
All right, so this might surprise you.
Okay.
Invasion of the Body Snatchers.
You love that movie?
With Donald Sutherland.
You don't like sci-fi.
And Brooke Adams.
You don't like sci-fi.
And Jeff Goldblum. That's a good movie. That's a good, bad horror movie. And I first saw it when I was in high school. And I loved it. And so I saw it again less than a year ago. I think I saw it. It was coming on TV or something, or maybe I saw it on Amazon Prime or something. But I was like, "Oh man, I have to watch this!" And it was so much fun. And I'd forgotten that it's actually a decent movie. It's a decent movie. If you've never seen it, you should watch it.
Okay.
Leonard Nimoy is also in it. One of his very first non-Spock movies.
So if you like Invasion of the Body Snatchers, I'm curious to know, do you like Reanimator?
I never saw it.
With Jeffrey Combs.
Never saw it.
You would love it.
I don't know.
You would love it. It's so out there and silly, and Jeffrey Combs is such an amazing actor. He played Commander Shran in Enterprise. Yeah. He's the Andorian commander. So good. And in this movie, he plays a completely different character, but psychotic.
Okay.
You would love that movie.
I usually, when it comes to, quote, horror movies, I like more suspenseful movies. I'm a little more of a Hitchcock type of person.
Right, like Birds.
Than just a gory kind of person.
This is, I can't use the word not gory. But there's very little of it. Yeah, so check it out, Reanimator. It's just fun stupidity that crazy people like.
Well, we could go on. We could.
Yeah,
let's not go
days and
on
days.
forever.
Okay.
I'll tell you what. Let's just go ahead and stop. Shall we stop the podcast?
Let's
Shall we
stop
just
the
say
podcast.
goodbye? Before we do say goodbye, though, I just want to remind everybody that Halloween is coming up. We're doing our Halloween storytelling contest. We're calling it The Art of the Dead. So write a Halloween story that has to do with the dead coming back to life. Zombies. And you could put it in anywhere that you want. You could do it however you want. And
Zombie animals.
However, it doesn't matter.
Ooh.
And we are going to read for an event at my gallery on around Halloween time. We're going to read the stories.
Yes.
So we'll have it in front of a live audience.
Yes.
It should
and it's going to be fun.
I think so.
We're going to need some time to get used to the stories.
So the deadline's first. Do we say the 1st of October?
The 1st of October. Get your story to us. That gives you what? That gives you August, September. That gives you 2 months.
Yeah.
Write your story, and get it to us by the 1st of October. Maybe we'll even live the event, like on Facebook or something, if we can. Or either way, we will record it and put it on YouTube.
We'll get a video up.
For
somehow.
sure. For sure.
If you do intend to write a story, it wouldn't hurt to send us an email, thisepicdisaster@gmail.com. Tell us you intend to do that. That way we can be looking out for it.
And we can be prepared for how many stories we're expecting.
If you're in town on that day, you're welcome to come by and see and hear your story being read aloud. That should be kind of fun.
We might even provide some beer.
Something will be provided. We will be in costume. We will be encouraging others to be in costume. It should be a fun little Halloween event, I think.
It'll be a small event,
Yeah.
And due to,
Limited amount of tickets.
COVID, we're going to take precautions, somewhat. So, it's up to you if you want to come or not, depending on what you think. If you're curious about the precautions we're taking, email us, like Rick said, at thisepicdisaster@gmail.com. We can discuss.
You can also find us on Facebook. You can find us on Twitter. You can find us on Instagram. And you can listen to the shows on YouTube. But we have... so I'm kind of revealing, we're going to be redoing the show
A little bit.
Right after the Halloween event. We're going to have... It's not going to be a new show, but it's going to have some newness about it, because we'll be going like episode 200's happening very soon.
Yeah.
So we're going to kind of retool the show just a little bit.
We're just going to update it a
I
bit.
feel like we will. And in doing that, you're going to notice some new things. One of the new things that we're kind of planning is video, a lot more videos of the shows.
Yes, I think that's a great idea.
So we'll be doing that. All right, so let's wind down by talking about the brewski here that we have in front of it. The Peach
It is called
Dreamsicle.
the Peach Dreamsicle.
Dreamsicle.
Peaches and Cream IPA. It's by Terrapin Beer Company. They're out of Athens, Georgia. It has, I think I said 7.89% alcohol by
So that's what that is.
You're feeling a little tipsy.
a little buzzy.
There you go. So clearly I've drank more of mine than you have of yours. Neither one of us is a huge IPA aficionado. I used to love the IPAs, but I've got away from them. This one is not a super strong IPA to me. It doesn't taste super hoppy, which is okay, because people just got on this contest where they just had to keep pushing more and more hops in their IPAs, and it got a little out of control. This tastes like a good IPA. I taste 0 peaches and cream.
Okay. That's interesting.
It says peaches and cream on the can. I don't believe there's any peaches and cream in my glass.
Okay.
It just tastes like an IPA.
All right.
If I'm going to rate this, I want to rate it for false advertising.
Oh, okay.
So I'm going to give it like a 2.5.
2.5. All right. So I'm kind of with you on that. First of all, I don't care for it. I do taste the peach. I don't taste any cream. In fact, if it was a little creamy, if it had, and maybe it doesn't have milk.
Well,
lactose
some of
or
them
whatever.
used to have lactose. This one
I don't
doesn't
think
say
it
anything
does.
about it.
If they would add that, or if it had it, maybe it would be good. I don't know. I can taste the peach a lot.
I taste something,
Yeah.
but it doesn't register as peach.
But it still comes off as bitter. The hoppiness is in there. The whole IPA experience, which is not my favorite. So it's, instead of those beers that I get a whole lot of grapefruity taste, I get a lot of peach taste.
Oh, okay.
And it's a little bitter and not my favorite, and I'm giving it a 2.
Okay. So neither one of us is a huge fan.
It wasn't our favorite, but If you're an IPA fan, you're probably going to like it. I think. I would think so.
I think so. I mean, if you're, it's a lighter IPA than some of them that are out there.
Yeah, I would say don't expect the Dreamsicle, but do expect the peach.
I just don't get the peach.
Okay.
Anyway, thank you for listening to our podcast, and thank you for listening to us drink a beer.
Hope it wasn't too loud.
We didn't drink too loud. You heard us swallow.
Yeah. We will be back next Monday on this podcast. Please look us up on
all the
iTunes.
Places. Yeah.
iTunes, Google, Spotify, wherever. There's tons of places where you get podcasts, and we're supposed to be on all of those. Download us. Be a subscriber. We love our subscribers, and we like it for you just to subscribe. And leave us a little note. Tell us what you think about the show.
We'd like
Some
that.
stars and whatever.
Email us and ask us for stickers, and we'll send them to you.
That's right.
For
all
free.
right. We'll talk to you next Monday.
Have a good week.
See you then.
Bye.
Goodbye.
This is a Violet Jester Media podcast.